G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Piranha Motorsports. This week, we're actually working on the 12 for 2K car. Okay, right, on this episode we are going to be not making the car go faster, we'll make it look a little bit better, and replace some of the tired suspension that has been on the old girl for a little while, make it look a little bit better on the stance. Let's have a look, see what we got. So we have got some second-hand springs. These have been given to us by Aaron Paletti, so thanks very much, Aaron. Some super lows. We're not sure what these ones are. I can't seem to find any numbers on them, but they are definitely lowered. They're a Lovell spring, so we'll see how it sits. These ones are definitely King super lows. We've got some new front and rear brake pads, well, brand new fronts, and some near new rears, and we have new boots and new strut tops and bushes, etc. for just an eBay special kit for the front struts. We're not using these struts. These are VT to VZ ones, and the ones on this one that are actually on the ute are some good quality Munro gas ones. They're gold, or Munro ones of some sort. So give them a clean up and we'll swap springs over. We've got to do the strut tops anyway, so we'll do that. So we're just, Dad's just jacked the car in the air and taking some wheels off. I've got yours on time lapse already, and we'll get into ripping this thing apart and making it stand a little bit better and brake a little bit better and hopefully ride, well, it will ride a lot more rougher. someone's actually been in here before us. The struts have been replaced at some stage in the recent history, so that's why we're going to reuse those. We'll put some new boots on. All the sway bar link bushes have all been done. Lower control arm bushes have all been replaced. The what are they? What are the front ones? The camber radius rod. That's the ones. Yeah, she's fairly tidy under here in the way of suspension, so we don't have to worry too much about that. The rear, not so much. There's a couple we have to do in the back, but at the moment they'll be fine. It could do with a skim on the discs, but yeah, we'll replace them at some stage in the future, but for the moment they'll be fine for what we want to do. So it does leak a little bit of oil out of the rear main, but of course that's motor's coming out shortly, so that's going to be fixed. We'll do the rope to neoprene rear main conversion on it. It's like $25 or something like that on eBay, so we'll do that once we get the motor out. One thing we did notice, these tyres literally have been on here for a couple of months. On the rims, these rims were tyres fitted and balanced. They drove across the country on Manged Up, but they didn't actually do any work apart from driving around at red centre. That's a wheel weight sitting on the ground. They literally just fell off. So I don't even know if they even bothered cleaning it or not. They seem to, because the foam bit's still stuck on the rim itself, but as for everything else, it's just fallen off everywhere. Nope. Yeah, so, and we actually did spot a little bit of rust coming there, but that'll be fine for another day's job, considering the rest of the car needs to be panel and painted anyway. Okay, here we are. These are the ones from Paletti. These are our new lowered springs. As you can see, they're actually quite a bit different between that size and that size, so it should drop the car down and fill up the wheel arches. So safety first when it comes to these, please, peoples. But always use the spring compressors, because otherwise it'll take your face off. Oh, yep. Okay. Yep, they're pretty low.
Undo that nut again.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty, well, we'll do that. We're on time lapse anyway, so we'll do that and start pulling the other ones apart. So it's pretty simple. Spring compressor usually goes on both sides, but these are pretty low, so obviously they've just fallen straight out with only one compressor. Undo the nut, take this top off, and then the whole spring slides out. We'll do the same with that one, and then we'll come back when I'm about to start putting it all back together.
2.5 inches.
Well, I've never heard of anybody complaining about 2 inches, but I think they're a little bit of height difference.
Only if it's short.
Oh, okay.
Then they complain.
Well, we're going the opposite way, so hopefully there's no complaints.
2 inches, then they complain.
Alright, let's get these things back together. Alrighty, one down. One to go. Went together fairly well. We did realise that the supplied boot, this one,
there's nothing like the one that come up.
Yeah, this is an eBay spec boot. That is a factory spec boot. I'm not sure if anyone can tell the difference.
They don't fit.
But we were talking about 2 inches earlier. Yeah, so that's a fair bit. So that's
Doesn't fit on the shaft at all.
That was meant to go over my shoulder, not into my head.
Hang it up there.
Alright, let's get this one done. So, we're going to come to an early end on this video. Not what was expected. As you can see, car is still same place we left it. Not entirely sure how much it caught on the time lapse, but Dad had a bit of a turn while doing the car this morning. He wasn't doing anything stressful, and just all of a sudden come down the sweats, passed out, and turns out he had had a mild heart attack. So he's currently at the hospital. He's doing really well. He seems to be at his normal self, but he is getting flown to Perth for follow-ups, obviously. So this video is going to come to an end now because tonight is Tuesday and it's video night. And I had a talk with him about putting up a different video for tonight, considering it is Tuesday. And I do have a couple of other videos up my sleeve, but we did plan on doing a video for this car today. So we're going to stick with that. And this is the video. Yes, cut short, but Dad's going to be fine. We've caught everything in time, nothing too serious, and hopefully he can be back on deck in the next few weeks and keep making some inroads into getting this car down the quarter mile at 12 seconds, maybe even faster one day. And some of you might go, oh, so it should be the last thing on your mind. Well, in all seriousness, he was the one that I was in the hospital bed talking about it. So I can't stop him from doing that. This is what he wants just as much as I do, probably more. So that's why we're putting the video out. So hopefully you enjoyed what we did so far. There's still plenty to go, obviously, because we only got to tearing down. One of the struts is done and ready to go in. The other one's partially stripped and just about ready to put back together and chuck it back in the car with some new brake pads. And then the rear springs will only take 5 minutes. Drop the strut off, drop the shock off and put the new springs in and put it back on. The rear shocks look like they were replaced at the same time as the front struts, so they look in pretty good nick, so we won't have to spend too much time and effort on those. So thanks very much for watching. If the next couple of videos aren't what you'd like to see or expecting to see, they'll probably be just the infill videos that I've got from. I've still got a couple left over from the manged up build where we did hood lining and a few bits and pieces, and I do have one from where my girls and I went down to the local speedway track and watched speedway, which is only a short one, but I filmed it while we were there. So if you see those videos coming up in the next couple of weeks, you'll know exactly the reason why. But don't go too far away, please, because I've got plenty more stuff on the go, especially for this car. Manged Up's got an outing coming up in a couple of weeks as well, so he was a little bit disappointed. We are still hoping to be able to go. There's a couple of things that need to be done on that before it can go. I can tinker around with some of them, but obviously Dad is the brains and the mechanic side of things. I'm just the driver and the filmer. And Sean, like you said, I don't do any work. I just film. Dad's the one that does it all. So, but it's a little bit more than that. Dad loves doing it, and I'm not going to take that away from him, especially while he still can. So yeah, thanks very much for subscribing. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe and click the like button, comment away, because I do enjoy replying to some of the, or all of the messages. I try to get to as many as I can. And even the ones that are calling finding a car for $1,300 a V8 bullshit, which I find really funny. Yeah, so we'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching.